Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Golden Sun Dark Dawn. In the last episode, we got quite a bit of lore of what happened in the previous two games, as well as we met some new characters as the children of the Warriors of Vale. We met Matthew, Karis, and Tyrell. And Tyrell got kind of jacked a Soar Wing to kind of go off on his own, and he ended up getting lost. He ended up flying down to the deep forest and very depths of the Goma Plateau here. And now it's our job to go rescue him. But first we had to get geared up and everything else. So that was pretty much the whole episode of the first episode. So anyways, now we have control of Matthew. Now we have to go find our father to kind of go and get ready for our trip to go venture out looking for Tyrell, because Tyrell got in trouble. We have to go rescue him. But first things first, when you come around in this house, you kind of have to look around a little bit. You can kind of go and look at things a little bit. And if you investigate certain things like this, you can find, kind of items and everything else here. We've actually got two more encyclopedia things here. We got the move psynergy, so let's go ahead and look at that. And grow psynergy. Let's go look at move psynergy. Says the earth-based psynergy allows the user to move objects to the ground. Objects too heavy for human hands can be moved for a little effort. Okay, so that's kind of a staple for this series. Being able to move things with one's mind with the move psynergy. And then the second thing is the growth psynergy. An earth-based psynergy causes plants to grow rapidly, sometimes creating vines in new locations. So that's pretty much that on the bookshelf. So that's kind of right there if you want to increase your encyclopedia. Now, one thing I will say, and I'll warn you guys about, is this encyclopedia thing. You do not have to do this, so you can skip all this. It does not matter. I'm doing this because in case somebody's jumping into this playthrough and they haven't watched my other two, they can kind of get caught up with this. And another thing is, it's a collectible, and I like collecting a lot of things. And I just hope that it doesn't bother you, that it kind of interrupts dialogue sometimes when I do these things. So, I hope that doesn't bother you guys too much on that. But, if you actually go down upstairs, I do believe, there's a treasure chest right here. I open it up here. Matthew will open it up, and it has padded gloves here. This is another equipment here, so let's go ahead and equip it real quick. Put up equip there. Now, you can kind of organize some things. I can't remember exactly how you organize things, but that's okay. But our first thing here we kind of want to do before we leave, let's talk to Karis real quick. Great, you're ready. Let's go meet up with Garet and Father. Do you remember where to meet them? Kind of, but I'll just play dumb and say no. No problem. Head east from the cabin, then keep going up to the cliffs. So Karis joined our party. So now we have a second person in our party. Karis is a wind adept, if you couldn't tell already. I can't believe you can come down here. Yeah, this is our bedroom. I didn't remember that. But just here. Didn't mean to go up that way. Darn it. Let's go this way here. I do believe that there's an item in here we need to look for. I'm trying to find it. I think it's on the bookshelf, but yeah, we already did that. Ah, here it is. The Sun Saga 1. This right here is I just thought I'd check this bookshelf. That's okay. The Sun Saga is the item I needed to look for. This is a special item that kind of keeps a recap of everything that happened in the first two games. The Sun Saga kind of tells you everything that happened. Well, everything major that happened in Golden Sun 1 and 2. Because this game did release like 7 years after Golden Sun Lost Age, so a lot of people probably don't remember. So, I'm going to go ahead and, I know that pause menu keeps doing that whenever you don't touch it for like a second. Let's go ahead and use it real quick. Matthew uses the Sun Saga 1. So this kind of tells you the story of Golden Sun and Sun. It says, the saga Golden Sun begins long before the transformative event known as, it says, the relics that could release the Golden Sun were hidden deep inside Soul Sanctum. There came a day when the villagers Garet, Isaac, and Jenna set out to meet the local scholar of alchemy. They stumbled across strangers in the shadows who desired to possess the relics of the temple. They rushed to find Scholar Creighton, who said that he could find Soul Sanctum had it been breached. Though the priests were allowed inside, Creighton and his friends dared to enter the temple to find out the truth. The traps they found within the temple should have scared them away, but the mysteries they would have solved. But they truly couldn't resist the spirit of adventure. The final destination took them to the heart of the mountain, where the relics of the temple had been hidden. Their moment of wonder had interrupted the arrival of thieving fiends. They duped Creighton into solving the temple's riddles for him. Their guide was Felix, none other than Jenna's brother, who was thought drowned in a storm 3 years ago. The thieves stole Jenna and Creighton away. And then they stole the legendary relics from the Soul Sanctum, the elemental stars. Isaac and Garet were left to fend for themselves in the relic chamber. The exit was cut off. They couldn't leave the chamber. The mountain began to shake angrily, awoken the lost of elemental relics. Magma began to bubble and gush. Mount Elef was, in truth, a sleeping volcano. Isaac and Garet were trapped. Just then, the protector of Soul Sanctum appeared. The godlike wise one had come into their rescue. The wise one explained the nightmare that had been put in motion by the theft of the elemental stars. 4 lighthouses in which had sealed away the apocalyptic power of alchemy could now be powered back up. The lighthouses could be reignited with the matching elemental stars, unleashing alchemy upon the world. After telling the ancient catastrophe is averted, and now a new one must be. The wise one teleported Isaac and Garet safely out the mountain. They were saved from the volcanic wrath of Mount Elef. I'm sorry, I was getting a little tongue-tied there. That was an auto-scrolling text base, and I couldn't, keep up for a second there. But that was the Sun Saga. That was the first part of the Sun Saga. There are 5 books in total in this whole entire game. And if you read all of them, it tells you the story of both Golden Sun and Golden Sun Lost Age, because originally they were planned to be one game, but it was too big of a game, so they had to split it up into 2. But that kind of gives you a little retelling of what happened in those games. So let's go ahead and leave. Now, in here, if we look around here in pots like this, you can actually look for items, and you can actually find some items if you look deep enough. I think one of these pots here has an item here. Yep, has an herb. There we go. An herb is an item that heals 50 HP, if I do remember correctly. But you can kind of look at this and look at the gazing sunset. I always like the scenery of the Goma Plateau. But let's go east. Let's go meet up with Isaac and Garet. Now those two should have no problem making their way down from the plateau by themselves. And we'll follow at a distance. Yes, I get your plan, Isaac, but this has got me worried. Don't be. This is a great chance to see them in action, as long as they don't get in over their heads. No way, too dangerous. This is a bad plan. They have to learn to handle themselves. This isn't a practice session. My son is in danger. We have to reach him as fast as possible. Remember, my Earth Adept powers allow me to feel what's happening in the forest. Tyrell made it to the far side of the woods. He's taken shelter. Fine, fine, you win. So, do I have your word that you'll let me handle their own battles? Oh, what, Garet? I want an answer. They didn't hear us. We were eavesdropping, you know. Yes, we're eavesdropping. Don't look so shocked. That's the only way to find out anything around here. Right, Matthew? We caught everything. They're planning something for us, aren't they? Yeah, they sure are. What a vote of confidence. I suppose you think we can trust them no matter what. But we weren't. I mean, we were just strategizing, that's all. We've decided to let you fight on your own battles as we descend from the plateau. I suppose you want an explanation. Yeah, I do. Alright then, I believe this is a great opportunity for you two to grow a little. Now that you know our big secret, how about we head down to the valley? Okay. Alright, so now we have to head on down to the valley where the forest is. Goma Plateau, let's go talk to him, it says. You gotta move on, Matthew, you gotta find Tyrell. Okay, I'm sorry about that. There's no time to waste, Tyrell is waiting for us. And I always like going across the bridge here, because you can kind of see the golden sun in the distance, that's pretty. Head to the far path, that one takes you towards Tyrell. Okay, so if we keep going down this way, we can keep going down this way. Not that way, Matthew. Don't listen! I don't want to listen. I like your grumption, Matthew, but you can't do that if you want. You can't do what you want now. Find Tyrell. So they kind of scold you if you don't go the right way. So let's go this way. Go inside this cave here. Goma Plateau, floor 1. Hold on, Matthew. Monsters are nearby. I can feel it in my bones. Stay on your guard. You're on your own against the critters of Goma Plateau. Ready for this? I sure am. Don't be too eager to fight. Remember why you're here. I'll try not to. Anyways, as you guys can encounter, this is our first random encounter. Now, how this game plays is pretty much if you guys have played, I guess the best way I can describe it if you guys played Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest is pretty much a standard RPG. This game plays pretty much the same way. It's a standard RPG. You go, you do the attack icon, you have fight, status, or flee. You can run away from battle if you don't want to fight, but if you fight, you have an option here. Your first character is that on the first line gets to attack or use psynergy. Psynergy is your magic power and everything else. Or you can use items to like buff yourself, to heal yourself, to use on the enemy and whatnot. Or you can actually defend and guard against attacks for the next turn. So pretty much you attack and you choose a target. So we got 2 slimes here. And then you go on to Karis and stuff like that. Now we can use psynergy. I'm going to go ahead and use it real quick. So that's pretty much that in a nutshell. And then the first person who's the speediest goes first. And they unleash their attack. Then the next speediest person goes, and then the next speediest, and the next speediest. And it just goes like that. Once you use your move, you damage to the enemy by using attacks and stuff like that. Now we just did 21 damage to the slime and 25 damage to the slime, and we won. So they both died, and then slime party's down. After every battle, you gain experience points and you gain money. And the currency in this game is coins. So now it says, "How do you like your first battle, Matthew?" Now don't forget to exploit your psynergy fully during battles. You also know that you can use while exploring too. Psynergy can help you get past obstacles. For instance, you can use psynergy to move objects that bar your path. Okay, let's press onward, Matthew. There's no going back now. Okay, so that's pretty much that. It pretty much plays like the first game that comes to mind when I think of it is Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest plays exactly the same way. So it's a really standard RPG. It's kind of a, really staple RPG. You don't see that very much anymore in games today. But let's keep going onward here. Now we're going to run into more random encounters. We've got 2 new enemies, Flutter Seeds. So let's go ahead and attack them real quick. I'm going to go ahead and just use regular attacks. So Karis attacks because she's the fastest. And then Matthew attacks because he's second fastest. And then their attack and everything. You'll take damage too, and your health is indicated right there on the top of the screen there. And then there we go. We took care of the Flutter Seed. Mastered the Wooden Stick. Now, the more battles you use, you'll be able to master your weapons, and then you'll be able to unleash critical hits and stuff like that. That's a new mechanic that they added in this game in particular. Alright, so now whenever we get to this part here, if you push down, you'll slide down this little slide down here. And then over gaps like that, if you jump over, you can actually jump over them. If you keep going forward, you can jump over them. Now this right here is the obstacle that Garet had mentioned that's going to happen in our path. In order to move this, we have to go over to the psynergy and then use field psynergy moves, like move. I'm actually going to go put move on the shortcut. You can assign it to the R or L buttons, and then you can use it automatically. So let's go ahead and cast move. Hold on. Good thinking, Matthew. You surprised Garet. He didn't think you'd figure that out so easily. Who are you telling me? I played 2 games before this. You telling me I'm some simpleton? I kind of want to respond with that. You telling me I'm some simpleton? I know, Matthew. It's like you've known how to do this for years. Still, I bet Garet wants to have the last word. You bet I do. Okay, when moving a rock like this, be sure to shove it all the way over to the edge. Isaac, we made the test way too easy for him. Maybe, but it's just a first step. It's all too simple. Anyone could have figured it out. What's it all about a test? Can you believe that, Matthew? You're both terrible putting that in our way on purpose. Right, Matthew? Yeah, you bet me. I'm mad about that. You tricked us. Don't get mad. We wouldn't bother testing you if you weren't worth testing. Okay, shove that rock out of the way. Just in case, let's take a quick look at how to activate psynergy. I just showed it. Alright, yeah, it says use psynergy outside of battle. Touch the menu icon at the bottom right of the open menu, or just open it with the X button. First, use the psynergy menu. Let's go ahead and use move. Select the psynergy you want to use, move, which costs 2, it says, you may use certain kinds of psynergy often. Assign them to the L or R button. I just should have said that. You just put move on the other shortcut, man. Alright, so one thing I will say is every time you activate a psynergy move, it costs PP, or psynergy points, which certain characters only have limited psynergy points. Matthew only has 19. So if we activate move right now, we can actually move it by pushing down, left, or right. So let's go ahead and push it down. There you go. And you move the rock out of the way. The psynergy you currently wield should cover your needs right now. Psynergy can be used in a variety of ways, so just keep your eyes open to opportunities to use it. Now, you may be worried about if you run out of psynergy points if you use psynergy while traveling. Your PP will replenish naturally while walking, slowly but surely, so use it whenever you need to. Besides, look over there. Area around Mount Elif brims with elemental power, which crystallizes in the form of psynergy stone. So let's go ahead and look at that real quick. Psynergy stone, the psynergy-rich mineral that forms over many years of elemental power, slowly crystallizes. Adepts regain psynergy points by touching the stone, which then it shatters. Just touch one and you restore all your psynergy points. Okay, so there you go. You got psynergy stone. That'll replenish all your PP that you need. Okay, let's keep pushing ahead. Use psynergy to get to obstacles that stand between us and Tyrell. Okay. Alright, so let's go on further here. You can actually look out the distance here on this one too. I remember when this game got revealed, the kind of like the teaser trailer for this game, they kind of had this area. They used this area as like in the teaser trailer. But you can actually, yeah, you can, well, you can't now, but I could have used that to get that psynergy stone. I didn't know why I didn't get that, but that's okay. The psynergy stone is just simply used to get rid of to get your psynergy points back. I'm gonna go ahead and use some of these psynergy attacks that I haven't gotten to use yet. Matthew cast growth. So I got rid of the Flutter Seed. That was a pretty cool attack, wasn't it? Alright, so let's go ahead and attack these enemies here. These are really weak enemies, if you couldn't tell. I'm only level 1, so Alright. Let's go ahead and attack this guy here. Attack that. There we go. Got rid of the flutter seed. Got rid of the slime. There we go. Alright. So, let's go on down here. Now we're here at the Goma Plateau again. So, now if we come down here, we're going to be getting another puzzle right here. We gotta make a makeshift hopping stone bridge. In order to do that, we have to move this rock right here over so that we can get across the gap like this. So that way we can jump across like so. Alright, so now let's keep going onwards. You made it to the bottom of the Goma Plateau. Good work. But we haven't reached Tyrell yet. That cave that Tyrell flew into is still a hike away. I thought we'd reach the cave long before it got dark. Now we're in for trouble. I never intended on taking the kids into the Tanglewood. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at the Tanglewood here. Tanglewood. This forest can be said to transform at night, changing into wood that ensnares those brave or foolish enough to enter after dark. Okay, so that's pretty much that. So I never intended taking the kids into the Tanglewood. Well, we've never been into the forest at night either, but now we have to find Tyrell. So let's press onward. Okay, so that's pretty much that in a nutshell. We can keep going on into the Tanglewood right now, but I think this is kind of a good stopping point for this episode. We did a lot, and we got a lot of stuff and everything else. So next time we meet in Golden Sun Dark Dawn, we are actually going to be entering the Tanglewood. Hopefully find Tyrell. So with that, I will see you guys in the next episode.